Joined by Mary Catherine Ham, co-host of the Getting Hammered podcast, and old friend. Mary Catherine, good morning. How are you?
Hi, Hugh.
Uh, Good. I want to ask you first, just a general reaction to last week's indictment, yesterday afternoon's arraignment, and last night's speech by former President Trump.
Oh my gosh, there's so much there. Okay, so on the indictment itself, I think there's two things happening. One, I think it's fair that people have skepticism and concerns about this, having been sort of duped by the DOJ on a couple of other occasions. I do not think that's unreasonable. I waited for the indictment. I read the indictment, interested to hear more from his lawyers at some point for the defense. However, it seems like there's a lot in there that you can take from Trump himself. You don't have to believe the Fed that really bad stuff happened. And then when it comes to the arraignment and his own speaking, I'm concerned that he will not zip it, and that's going to be bad for him legally. Not, politically aside, just bad for him legally.
It is. I just said that to Selena Zito. I've only represented a couple of people in criminal proceedings, and I've never gone through a trial. I would never want them. You don't let them talk to anyone, number one. You just don't. You don't get to talk to the government. The lawyers talk to the government, so you don't end up saying something that is a false statement. And then you don't go out and get that. So I don't understand that at all. But generally speaking, do you think it's persuading anyone in the Republican base of other than what they already thought?
No, I think people mostly have their positions staked out on this. I think the question is, look, even people who are skeptical of the DOJ, again, with good reason, can look at the behavior here and say, is this the guy we want in charge in the future? And who we want to sort of make solutions for this country, right? This is really irresponsible behavior, even if you don't think they should have gone after him. What the other guys in this race have to do is convince those folks that moving toward another candidate, moving on from Trump, even though this has happened, that they are not required to sort of lay down their vote to redeem him. It's a tricky dance though, to make that argument to them.
So, just a wild guess. Do you have any idea when a trial? What do you think a likely trial beginning comes?
Well, I would imagine that the kind of lawyers that Trump hires would be able to sort of push this off and have several uh, machinations to sort of make appeals and push it off a bit. However, would it be better if it just wrapped up quickly?
I don't know what the former president is thinking. I think they could delay it for a year and a half if they want, with just simple motion practice. But okay, this is the key thing and I'm not an expert. I'm going to talk to an attack lawyer today about this. But last question: if you're a juror, are you willing to accept the government's word that the documents were very dangerous and ought not to have been, or does the government have to prove to you that the underlying document is indeed as dangerous as they say it is?
I think they should do some work to prove that to people because, again, much of Russiagate was essentially fabricated. And so when you hear that these things are really important, look, it sounds like that's the case. However, I've been in situations where I've heard things that were similar and they turned out not to be true. So I think the government should make a good faith effort to try to convince people of that.
That's what I think. They're not going to get a guilty verdict. And if they don't get a guilty verdict, the spectacle of an OJ nullification is it's very hard to think about, Mary Catherine. I want to close there. Have they thought through what happens if he's acquitted?
I doubt they have.
I don't think they have either.
Do.
I hope you and if they do, the credibility of DOJ is shattered beyond repair, like the FBI's. Are you and Vic going to talk about this on Getting Hammered, or are you going to do something else that's happier?
Oh, no, we actually have an episode out today. We talk about the indictment. There's a bit of dramatic reading of the text messages. So,
oh, no. Really?
I mean, you got
Who did the reading?
Hugh.
Did you get Guy Benson to do the reading and a special guest appearance on Getting Hammered?
We really should, because it's a solid impression.
Because it's a very good one. It's not bad.
It is.
Mary Catherine Ham, thank you so much.